Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watchers, and today we are going to be continuing with Death Note. So I decided to put a Death Note video out today, assuming, oh no, actually never mind. This is going to be the full length when episode 9 comes out, so I'm not even gonna bother talking about the scheduling of it because it won't line up depending on if you're watching it on Patreon or YouTube. Speaking of, if you want to watch full-length reaction to this video, or next week's video, or any of the past videos, or depending on when you're watching this, any of the future videos, you can go onto my Patreon account in the description below and go subscribe to that and get access to all the full-length copies of these episodes. And also everything else, like One Piece and Court of the Night and Classroom of the Elite and Uncle from Another World. There's a lot of shows that you can get access to, so it's definitely worth it, as well as other stuff that I'm doing. So, last time on Death Note, we had the encounter episode where L and Light met up for the first time. They met each other. And both of them are like reasonably sure. The other one, like L is 5% sure. And Light is 60% sure, maybe, that they are L and Light. But regardless, they both know that they're facing off, Kira and L, like no matter who they are. They're both in this battle of wits. So, it's going to heat up. It's heating up, baby. So, we're going to get into this heating up episode of Death Note. This is episode 10. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. All that stuff really, really helps out the channel, so please make sure to do that as well as go to my Patreon. But thank you very much, and let's get into episode 10 of Death Note. What the heck? Why are they speaking Japanese? Hold on.
But when you first invited me to play, did you know how good I was?
Yes. I'll be fine, though.
Will you?
It's been a while, but at one time I was actually the British junior champion.
Whoa!
If I asked, would he think I'm trying to find out more about him because I'm Kira?
No.
Oh well.
A regular person would ask.
Nothing in that story would reveal El's true identity, I promise you.
Oh, is that so?
But I know Kira hates to lose.
Oh, interesting. So he chose a game that he's very good at.
You sure don't mess around.
He who strikes first wins.
We're under orders from L not to discuss.
I want to
the
keep
case
watching
of
the
anyone,
tennis
including
match.
you. With all due respect, sir, the rest of the department runs away with their tails between their legs, and we're incompetent. Do you have any idea how many people are left at Task Force headquarters these days? Please excuse me.
I like that outburst.
Yagami, can he be trusted?
I'd say so.
Even as we speak, he's risking his life.
Oh yeah, he absolutely is. Wow, look at all the people gathered around.
It's also true that most people would rather win than lose. It's human nature. Is he going to think that I'm Kira if I go for the win? I suppose I could just lose on purpose. Either way, I'm not going to let him win.
Oh, this is cool. This is so cool to watch.
And just like that, we've got an umpire and a line.
That's funny.
I won't believe this.
Hey, what about my Ryuga? Don't tell me you haven't noticed him holding his own against this former junior high champ.
Her friend was
The wheels
disgusted
turning
by
like
her.
that. You'll assume that I'm preparing to take a step closer, laying the groundwork to get to know you better.
If you want me to discuss Kira with you, it only makes sense that I'd want to ask for proof that you are in charge of the investigation. And more
They're
importantly,
both on
that
the
you are
exact
really
same
as you
wavelength.
say you are. To win, you must attack.
Whoa!
Set! 6 games to 4!
Damn. That's awesome.
What's that?
I suspect that you, Light Yagami, are in fact Kira. Now, if you still want to ask me something,
Oh my god. Whoa!
if skills are as strong as I think they are, I'd like nothing more than to have you work with me on this investigation.
Oh my god, this is so interesting.
1%, huh? It's grounds to prevent me from meeting anyone on the task force.
Yeah.
It's quite the preemptive move.
Oh,
God.
this is so great. I can't believe we get to see these characters
This coffee
interact
shop is
so
one of my
much.
favorites in the area.
I don't sit like this because I want to. I have to sit like this.
That's how I
You see,
sit.
If I were to sit normally, my deductive skills would immediately be reduced by roughly 40%.
Is that a joke?
So, what was it?
Is that a joke?
None of this information has been made public.
But the fact that I'm able to solve this silly code isn't enough on its own to prove that I'm Kira. It's hard to believe that Kira would have wanted you to read it this way.
That's incorrect. The thing is, there were actually 4 photographs. When we add this one, it reads, "Gods of death who love apples have red hands."
It's a fake.
Whoa, what?
I never made any criminal write the letter in this form. Is he stupid?
If you'd figured that out, it would have been perfect. Even though you knew the message was incomplete, you decided that
Is
there
he
were only 3 notes.
Agitating
You
him?
never even considered that there might be a 4th. What do you make of that?
Damn him. He wanted to see what my reaction
He's provoking
If I
him.
keep falling for his tricks, I'll be playing right into his hands.
And it took most of them minutes to even come up with an answer. But you immediately thought of a scenario in which Kira is speaking directly to the investigator. I'm impressed. You'll make a fine detective, Light.
He's either an amazing detective or
But
Kira.
it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Yes, it's about 3% now. However, it's made me that much more determined to work with you on this investigation.
In other words, whether I'm Kira or not, you stand to gain either way. It's a very smart move on your part. If you can't do that, then I'm afraid I just won't be able to help you.
Oh my god.
You sure talk a lot, don't you, Light? Go for someone who hates losing. I think that's 7%.
7%? What's going
I
up?
don't remember saying you couldn't meet anyone from Task Force headquarters to verify my identity.
Does this guy have a death wish? I don't understand. What's he thinking?
Oh my god.
Excuse me.
This is so
Oh,
interesting.
there goes mine. My father, he had a heart attack.
What? Did he die from the heart attack? Cause that would sound like Kira. Is he dead?
You take care of him, okay?
Sure.
Okay, sounds like he's not dead. He just had an actual heart attack.
So the doctors think stress was the only cause?
It seems I've been pushing myself a bit too hard lately.
Indeed,
Oh.
it's true he even knows that I am ill.
That's correct. But make no mistake, it's him.
This guy is the real L.
There we
My
go.
father wouldn't lie. The very same man who's been controlling the police up to this
He's
point.
got
If
it.
I get rid of him and the rest of the investigative team. Also, I'd like nothing more than to catch Kira so I can prove once and for all that I'm not him.
Oh my god.
Besides, don't you remember my promise? That if something ever happened to you, I would find Kira and make sure. he
Oh
gets
my
executed.
god, he's so manipulative.
I refuse to believe that my son could turn out to be Kira.
Oh,
This
poor,
doesn't seem like an
poor
act.
guy.
No true happiness can be obtained like that. Not by killing other people.
I think you're absolutely right.
Excuse me. Visiting hours were over 10 minutes ago.
Okay, you don't have to say it like that. Just be like, sorry, visiting hours are over. Can you please clear out?
Ryuga,
I was almost convinced you might not be him. Light, please take good care of Mr. Yagami.
He's so
I know I
reasonable.
agreed to help with the investigation, but I don't think I'll be able to do much until my father is healthy again. Hideki Ryuga. I never once felt cursed since I picked up the death note. In fact, the thought never even crossed my mind.
Normally, humans who come into contact with a Shinigami have nothing but misfortune.
A message to the world from Kira. If you do not broadcast these tapes, I will kill your company's board
What?
of directors one by one. Who wouldn't air these?
What is
This is
this?
for real. Our ratings are gonna go through the roof.
Wow. This, I mean, this Battle of Wits is so interesting. The way that they talk to one another and the way that their conversation is constantly like they're having basically they're having a conversation that's just like purely constant hypotheticals. Like, okay, let's say I was Kira and you were L, blah 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 blah. Okay, well, let's say that did happen, then blah 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 blah. It's like they're constantly fighting it out with this battle where it's just like, well, I can prove by doing this. No, you can't prove that because this. Well, then what if I do this? Oh no, you can't do that because of this. And it's just like constantly going back and forth. That like nothing's happening. They're just sitting across the table from each other talking, but it feels like we're watching a battle anime. So yeah, very, very well done. Elle is from the UK, or at least was in the UK for 5 years, at least if he's telling the truth. That's interesting. That's a little bit of a backstory that I didn't expect, but I can't remember. Do we know if Elle is Japanese? I don't even know if we know that he's Japanese. It's hard to tell in anime. Like, you can't really like look at someone and go, oh, they're an Asian character generally, or they're an American character or whatever, because they'll all be under the same art style basically. Sometimes it'll be, they'll be drawn a little bit differently or whatever, but it's generally hard for me to tell immediately, because sometimes it's hard to tell whether a character is drawn differently because they actually look different, or drawn differently because they're trying to represent that they are a different, they're a weird type of character, like Froppy in MHA looks weird, but that's because she's literally supposed to be a frog, so it's like she was clearly drawn in a different sort of art style for a reason. And like Mirio in MHA as well, he's like in a different art style almost, weirdly enough, but like there's no real reason for that. It's just like his dad looks like that as well, I think they showed in the show, but yeah, there's no real reason for that, so it's hard to tell sometimes. But yeah, he was in the UK for a bit. The tennis match was great. I mean, I'm a sports anime fan. Haikyuu is my favorite anime, and I'm really loving like Aoashi and stuff. Like, I just love sports anime, and so this thing where it was just like the battle of wits while they were playing tennis was great. I loved it. I really liked that. I would watch an entire tennis show of just Elle and Kira going head to head over and over again, thinking like, should I throw this match or should I win? If I win, then this will happen. If I lose, then this will happen. Wow, they really like they for a second when they were like, oh, my dad had a heart attack, I thought to myself, did Kira just kill his own father? Like, did Light just kill his own father? I genuinely thought it was possible that during this talk he killed his own father to try to, I don't know, throw suspicion off of him, make the investigation worse. Like, if he killed his father, then his father wouldn't be able to confirm Elle's identity, maybe. Like, I was just going through in my head theories of why he might have killed his father, but no, he just had a heart attack from stress. So yeah, but still, I didn't think like, oh my god, Light would never do that, because I genuinely think Light would do that. Unfortunately, like I think he likes his father or loves his father. Maybe it's hard to tell, but yeah, I think if it was a choice between his Kira duties and his father, he would choose his Kira duties, because he thinks that is, his main purpose in this world. He's got to be the god of the new world, so he's not going to let family matters stand in his way. I like what the father said about like how Kira is cursed, and how the power to kill people is just inherently like a cursed power, even like no matter what you use it for, the power to kill people is a pretty horrid power to have. If you had the power to I don't even, like, if you had the power to remove limbs, then at the very least, if you wanted to, you could use it for like surgery, but the power to kill people, I mean, there are basically no situations where, I can't think of really any situation where that is like, that can be used as something that everyone would agree, like, yeah, that's a good use of, like, that's a nice use of the power. That's just killing people. Like, I know it's like, oh well, obviously you could use it to kill the most horrible people in the world and stuff, but I mean, human life, it's such a complex thing that it's hard to tell. Like, it is hard for us to be the judges of who deserves to die. Now, I think we can be the judges of who is in the wrong and who is doing the wrong thing and who needs like mental and emotional help, who needs to be contained. So like, I'm not saying, we shouldn't judge anyone. We should just, like, let like, who are we to say what's right or wrong? I think we are the people to say what's right or wrong because it's our system of morality. But when it comes to ending people's lives, that's where I am very iffy on the subject. I don't have a stance on it. So, yeah, so because I don't have a stance on it, you know, someone's opinion on it doesn't sway me too much. But I just think it's a definite interesting line to ride, where it's like, if we kill this person when we could have just contained them, like why did we do that? You know, when we could have let life go on living and stopped them from doing what they're doing, why not do that? You know what I mean? Like, it feels like we're just doing that for vengeance at that point, which, like, that's when it gets a bit iffy. But I don't know. I am not a philosopher. I am a creative writing major and a YouTuber. So I am not the person to talk to about this. I did one criminology course in university. I don't think I did any psychology courses or anything. I think my study of media and that one class of criminology, and I think one class of no, I didn't do that. I was going to say one class of women studies, but I didn't do women studies. I sat in some women studies lectures because I was dating a girl at the time who was doing women studies, and I joined her for some of the lectures, but I didn't pay for them. But I also didn't listen to them, so I didn't get the knowledge. Okay, and was there anything else? Oh yeah, there's Kira tapes at the end, which I don't like. I mean, are they actually from Light? Did Light actually send those? And if so, does he need to send those sorts of threatening notes, or can't he just like it seems like, I mean, maybe he just wants to do this without people dying. Never mind. I was gonna say what he could do is just write for the head of the thing, like head of the network, that, you know, he dies, but before he dies he plays all these tapes or whatever, and like he could do that, but like I'm assuming he doesn't want people to die. But that's if they don't do it, he probably shouldn't do the thing where he kills one person every day until they play the tapes. He probably should just kill one person and have them play the tapes, you know. Anyway, that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And my Patreon account has full length and early access, so make sure to go into the description, go to my Patreon account, get that, get also all the other stuff that I'll be doing on my Patreon. There's a lot of stuff coming in there, and there will be a lot of stuff in the future, so it's definitely worth sticking around for that. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.